The man wears the pants, but the wife chose which one he'll wear. Isn't it? It says, occasionally they will look at each other and they will smile with each other. And so they were enjoying each other's company. Husband, if you are sitting next to your wife, look at her and smile. And if you could see her from a distance, smile with her. You know their crocodile tears. It have crocodile smile too? What's a fake smile? You know, because I said what I'm saying, Auntie Angie changed her chair, you know. She didn't want Auntie Pam to sit down by her husband. She went by her husband. She moved Auntie Pam. See? It is the intention. It is what Yagya is supposed to do, awaken you. It is supposed to bring some kind of consciousness in you. It is supposed to awaken you, make you aware of not only the things material and physical, but the things that are spiritual and divine that we have forgotten about. And so occasionally looking at each other, what will happen? Lord Brahma looked at Mother Saraswati, and after spending a very long time in each other's company, Lord Brahma spoke. And what will he say? Listen, he tells us. ब्रह्माणी माता सरस्वती का पूछने करने वाली देखो हृदया का मृत्यु लोक कहा देने का रहते का हो के उन्होंने का पृथ्वी पर का मान का परेंगे प्रार्थना किया है मुझको का आशीर्वाद दीन करते श्री परमात्मा
कभी अपना जल, वृक्ष न खाए कभी अपना फल। नदिया न पिए कभी अपना जल, वृक्ष न खाए कभी अपना फल। अपना तन का मन का धन का जो को दे जो दान है, वो सच्चा इंसान है, इस धरती का भगवान है। नदियाँ न पिए कभी अपना जल, वृक्ष न खाए कभी अपना फल। अगर से जिसका आग जलिया, दुनिया को में मिटवास दे। आग जलिया, दुनिया को में मिटवास दे। दीपक से उसका जीवन है, तुझो को अपना प्रकाश दे, तुझो को अपना प्रकाश दे। धर्म है जैसा भगवत गीता, धर्म है जैसा भगवत गीता। सेवा की वीर पुराण है, वो सच्चा इंसान है, इस धरती का भगवान है। नदियाँ न पिए कभी अपना जल, वृक्ष न खाए कभी अपना फल। चाहे कोई गुणगान करे, चाहे करे नित्य कोई। चाहे कोई गुणगान करे, चाहे करे निंदा कोई। फूलों से कोई सत्कार करे, हाथों जो मुँह जाए कोई, घाटे जो मुँह जाए कोई। मान और अपना नहीं दोनों, मान और अपना नहीं दोनों, जिसके लिए समान है, वो सच्चा इंसान है, इस धरती का भगवान है। नदियाँ न पिए कभी अपना जल, वृक्ष न खाए कभी अपना फल। अपना तन का मन का धन का जो को दे जो दान है, वो सच्चा इंसान है, इस धरती का भगवान है। नदियाँ न पिए कभी अपना जल, वृक्ष न खाए कभी अपना फल। वृक्ष न खाए कभी अपना फल, वृक्ष न खाए कभी अपना फल। देख तेरे संसार की हालत क्या हो गई भगवान, कितना बदल गया इंसान, कितना बदल गया इंसान। देख तेरे संसार की हालत क्या हो गई भगवान, कितना बदल गया इंसान, कितना बदल गया इंसान। सूरज न बदला
Testing one. Sound check, sound check. 1, 2. Sit around, everybody. So today I'm going to highlight some songs that I did in 2004 in India, capturing the prize for Trinidad in Mumbai with an audience of 3 million people. And today you're going to hear some different songs. And this is what we are all about, to write songs, publish books and so, and study from all parts. One of the songs that really captured India was Jai Bhi Akela, Jai Bhi Akela, that I made in 1989. But today you're going to do different songs, and one of the songs like this one. In Arya Samaj, it was saying this type of song. हो राम गुण गाय के, राम गुण गाय के, राम गुण गाय के, राम गुण गाय के, मगन भई तुलसी, राम गुण गाय के, मगन भई, बोलो, राम गुण गाय के, राम गुण गाय के, राम गुण गाय के, राम गुण गाय के, मगन भई, ओ मगन भई, आ मगन भई तुलसी, राम गुण गाय के, मगन भई। राजा चले हाथी घोड़ा पालकी सजाए के, राजा चले हाथी घोड़ा पालकी सजाए के, साधु चले भुइये भुइये, साधु चले भुइये, युवती बचाए के मगन, हे राम गुण गाय के, राम गुण गाय के, राम गुण गाय के, राम गुण गाय के, मगन भई, आ मगन भई तुलसी, राम गुण गाय के, मगन भई तुलसी। राजा तो ये महल दुमाला कमर बिछाए के, ओ राजा तो ये महल दुमाला कमर बिछाए के, साधु चले भुइये भुइये, निकल बचाए के माँ, राम गुण गाय के, राम गुण गाय के, राम गुण गाय के, राम गुण गाय के, मगन भई, ओ मगन भई तुलसी, राम गुण गाय के, मगन भई तुलसी। राजा खाए पूरी कचौड़ी लड्डू जी मंगाए के, राजा खाए पूरी कचौड़ी लड्डू जी मंगाए के, साधु खाए रुके टुके, साधु खाए रुके टुके, पनिया मिलाए के, मगन भई, हे राम गुण गाय के, राम गुण गाय के, राम गुण गाय के, राम गुण गाय के, मगन भई तुलसी, राम गुण गाय के, मगन भई तुलसी, राम गुण गाय के, मगन भई तुलसी, राम गुण गाय के, मगन भई। So after performing in Mumbai, I went to Banaras, and the Kabir Panth people, they summoned this song. And the song is very, very, very nice indeed. It's blessed that they have requested. But the guy said, Hanuman of Trinidad, who was my MC, he said, do you know it? I say, yes. The song goes like this one, said, Bolo bolo Radhe Shyam, Ajugal Tarna. 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 इतहि अयोध्या निर्मल सरयू, इतहि अयोध्या निर्मल सरयू, उत मथुरा शीतल जमुना। बोलो बोलो राधे श्याम आजुगल। ऐसे बोलो बोलो राधे श्याम आजुगल चरना, बोलो बोलो राधे श्याम आजुगल चरना। इसमें दशरथ कुंवर कहाए, इसमें दशरथ कुंवर कहाए, उतहि कहाए नंद की ललना। बोलो बोलो राधे श्याम आजुगल करना, बोलो बोलो राधे श्याम आजुगल। बोलो बोलो राधे श्याम आजुगल करना, बोलो बोलो राधे श्याम आजुगल करना। इतहि कौशल्या गोद खिलावे, इतहि कौशल्या गोद खिलावे, उत्तम यशोदा झुलावे पलना। बोलो बोलो राधे श्याम आजुगल करना, बोलो बोलो राधे श्याम आजुगल। बोलो बोलो राधे श्याम आजुगल करना, बोलो बोलो राधे श्याम आजुगल करना। इसमें धनुष बाण कर सोए, इसमें धनुष बाण कर राधे, उत मुरली मुख पर धरना। बोलो बोलो राधे श्याम आजुगल करना, बोलो बोलो राधे श्याम आजुगल करना। बोलो बोलो राधे श्याम आजुगल करना, बोलो बोलो राधे श्याम आजुगल करना। इसमें चरण अहिल्या तारी, इसमें करण अहिल्या तारी, उत्तराधे संग कियो रमना। बोलो बोलो राधे श्याम आजुगल करना, बोलो बोलो राधे श्याम आजुगल करना। बोलो बोलो राधे श्याम आजुगल करना, बोलो बोलो राधे श्याम। इसमें जानकी भाई विराजे, इसमें जानकी भाई विराजे, उत्तराधे कियो रमना। बोलो बोलो राधे, बोलो बोलो राधे श्याम आजुगल करना। इत राम रावण मार्यो, इत ही राम रावण ही मार्यो, उत कंस को उत ही कंस परोयल ना। बोलो बोलो राधे, बोलो बोलो राधे श्याम आजुगल करना, बोलो बोलो राधे। इत तुलसी उत सूर कहाए, इन तुलसी उठ सूर कहाए युगल चढ़ाने पर चित धरना बोलो बोलो राधे श्याम आज गल बोलो बोलो राधे श्याम आज गल करना बोलो बोलो राधे श्याम आज गल करना बोलो बोलो राधे श्याम आज गल करना बोलो बोलो राधे श्याम आज गल करना.
Umapati Mahadeva ki jai. We join in expressions of welcome by the hostess this evening.
Sitaram, welcome to the 7th night of our Gyan Yagna. And I want to say a special welcome to each and every one of you here tonight, to all our viewing audience, on Sankhya Television, Facebook Live, 103 FM. For the past 6 nights, we have listened to Pandit beautiful discourses, and there's a lesson in each one. Each night that he has spoken to us is a lesson for us to learn from. So let us see what he has in store for us tonight, and we can take home some of those important lessons that he has taught us. Thank you, and Sitaram.
Syavar Ramchandra ki jai, Umapati Mahadeva ki jai, Satya Sanatan Dharma ki jai. Ram 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 Bole, Ram 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 Bole,
Ram 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 Bole,
Ram Bole, Ram Bole,
Ram Bole, Ram Bole,
Ram Bole, Ram Bole. Ram 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 Bole,
Ram 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 Bole,
Rama Rama Sukha Rama, Rama Rama Sukha Rama,
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 Ram 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 Bole,
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 Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare गणपति महादेव की जय, सच्ची सनातन धर्म की जय। खड़ा हो जाए, आरती लीजिए। Let us all please stand as we join in the opening आरती। शुभम करोतु कल्याणम आरोग्यम सुख संपरम मम शत्रु विनाशाय दीप ज्योतिर्नमोस्तुते। सिद्धि बुद्धि प्रदे देवी भुक्ते मुक्ते प्रदायिने मंत्र मूर्ति सदा देवी महालक्ष्मी नमोस्तुते। रामाय रामभद्राय रामचंद्राय वेधसे रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीताय पतये नमः। आरती श्री रामायण जी की कीरति कलित ललित सिय की।
आरती श्री रामायण जी की कीरति कलित ललित सिय की।
आरती श्री रामायण जी की
कीरति कलित ललित सिय की।
गावत ब्रह्मादिक मुनि नारद वाल्मीकि विज्ञान विशारद सुख सनगारि शेषायनुशारद वर्णि पवन सुत कीरतनी के।
आरती श्री रामायण जी की कीरति कलित ललित सिय की।
आरती श्री रामायण जी की
कीरति कलित ललित सिय की।
जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम।
जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम।
गावत वेद पुराण यश रस चाहु शास्त्र सब ग्रंथन को रस मुनि जन धन संतन को सर्वस सारयंच सम्मत सबही के।
आरती श्री रामायण जी की कीरति कलित ललित सिय की।
आरती श्री रामायण जी की
कीरति कलित ललित सिय की।
जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम।
जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम।
गावत संकट शंभु भवानी अरुगत संभव मुनि विज्ञानी। व्यास आदि कवि पूज बकानी काकभूषुंडि गरुड़ तेहि की।
आरती श्री रामायण जी की कीरति कलित ललित सिय की।
आरती श्री रामायण जी की
कीरति कलित ललित सिय की।
फलहरणी विषय रस पीकी सुभग सिंगार भूपे युगती की करण रूप भव मूत्रियमी की तात मात सब विधि तुलसी की
आरती श्री रामायण जी की तीरथ कलित ललित सियपी की
आरती श्री रामायण जी की
तीरथ कलित ललित सियपी की
जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम
जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम
जगदम्बा देवी जगदम्बा देवी जय 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 जगदम्बा देवी
जगदम्बा देवी जगदम्बा देवी जय 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 जगदम्बा देवी
जगदम्बा देवी जगदम्बा देवी जय 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 जगदम्बा देवी
जगदम्बा देवी जगदम्बा देवी जय 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 जगदम्बा देवी
जगदम्बा देवी जगदम्बा देवी जय 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 जगदम्बा देवी जगदम्बा देवी जगदम्बा देवी जय 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 जगदम्बा देवी
जगदम्बा देवी जगदम्बा देवी जय 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 जगदम्बा देवी
जगदम्बा देवी जगदम्बा देवी जय 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 जगदम्बा देवी जगदम्बा देवी जगदम्बा देवी जय 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 जगदम्बा देवी
जगदम्बा देवी जगदम्बा देवी जय 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 जगदम्बा देवी
जगदम जगदम जगदम्बा देवी देखो तुम्हारा शिव शक्ति
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 ओ देखो तुम्हारा शिव शक्ति देखो तुम्हारा शिव ज्योति जगदम जगदम जगदम्बा देवी देखो तुम्हारा शिव शक्ति
जगदम जगदम जगदम्बा देवी देखो तुम्हारा शिव शक्ति
ओ देखो तुम्हारा शिव शक्ति देखो तुम्हारा शिव ज्योति जगदम जगदम जगदम्बा देवी देखो तुम्हारा शिव ज्योति
जगदम जगदम जगदम्बा देवी देखो तुम्हारा शिव शक्ति
अम्बा अम्बा जय जगदम्बा
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 आरती श्री रामायण जी की कीरति कलित ललित सियति की
आरती श्री रामायण जी की तीरथ कलित ललित सियपी की
आरती श्री रामायण जी की
तीरथ कलित ललित सियपी की
गावत ब्रह्मादिक मुनि नारद वाल्मीकि विज्ञान विशारद सुख सनगार शेषयनुशारद वर्णि पवन सुत कीरतनी के
आरती श्री रामायण जी की तीरथ कलित ललित सियपी की
कीरति कलित ललित सियति के
तीरथ कलित ललित सियपी की
कीरति कलितललितस्य पीठे
कीरति कलितललितस्य पीठे
कीरति कलितललितस्य पीठे सियावर रामचंद्र की जय आसन पर बैठिए let us all please be seated. This evening once more on behalf of our host and members of the immediate and extended family, I take this opportunity to welcome one and all who have come to join with us. We welcome all of those who are viewing us and all of those who are listening to us, to our kind and our corporate sponsors. We express sentiments of gratitude and expressions of thanks. We pay obeisance at the lotus-like feet of all our Brahman Devatas. And so this evening, as we prepare our minds and our souls to listen to the beautiful Katha, Heart Jod Binti Karo, let us bow our heads in prayer as we chant mantras of benediction, as we pray. Hari Om Hari Om Hari Om Sri Ganeshaya Namah Aim Saraswati Namah Sri Guru Charana Kamalibhyo Govinda Namo Namah Shuklam Varadam Deva Shashi Varanam Chaturbhuja Prasanna Varanam Vyayit Sarva Vighanopashantai Tigata Vakratunda Mahakaya Suryakoti Samaprabha Nirviganam Kuru Me Deva Sarvakarishu Sarvaram Saraswati Namastubhya Varade Kamarupini Vidyarambam Karishami Siddhir Bhavatu Me Sada Ya Kunne Tutushadhar Davala Ya Supravasra Vita Ya Vina Varadanda Mandarakra Ya Sveta Paramasana Ya Brahma Chutar Shankara Pravitivi Deve Saravandita Samam Paptu Saraswati Bhagavati Nishesh Jadyapam Tigata Sarva Mangala Mangali Shive Sarvati Satike Sharanye Trayambaki Gauri Narayani Namostute Bande Deva Umapatim Suruguru Bande Jagatakaranam Bande Pannagabhushanam Mrigamara Bande Pashunapatim Vande Suru Sushankaranganenam Vande Mukunda Priyam Vande Bhakta Janadhara Kapirara Vande Shiva Shankaram Karpura Goram Karunavataram Sansari Saram Bhujagindraharam Sadavasantam Hidayaravinде Bhavam Bhavani Saitam Namami Trayambakam Yajamai Sugandhim Pushti Vardhanam Urvarukamiva Vandanat Mrityur Mukshayamamritat Ajnanam Timirandasya Jnaniranjan Shalakaya Chakshuram Militam Yena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namah. Using the dust of the lotus-like feet of Guru, I cleanse the mirror of my ignorant mind. Guide me onto the pathway of salvation. I beg of you, Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwar, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Sri Goswami Tulsidas Ji. This is his Pentavad, and in golden words he begins to inscribe the Ram Charitra Manas. Varnanam Rita Sanganam Rasanam Chandra Samapi Mangalanam Chakaritaro Bande Vani Vinayako Bhavani Shankaro Vande Shraddha Vishwaswarupino Yabhyam Vinana Pashanti सिद्धस्वान्तस्तमीश्वरं रामायण सुमिरन। जो सुमिरत सिद्ध होय, गणनायक कलिवर वदन। करहुवनो ग्रह सोय, बुद्धि राशि सुबगुण सधन। मोक होय बाचार, कंगो चढ़य गिरिवर गगन। जासु कृपा सुदया, प्रभु सकल कलिमल गहन। नील सरो रहुषान, करुणयरुण वारी जनयन। करहु सो मम उरदान, सदा चिर सागर शयन। कुंदइंदु समरे, कुमार मन करुणा आयना। जाहि दीन पढ़ने, करहु कृपा मर्दन मयना। बंदो गुरु परकन, कृपा सिंधु नर रूप हरि। महामोह तमपू, जासु बचन रविकर निकरा। बंदो पावन कुमार, प्रणवल पावत ज्ञान दरा। जासु हृदय आकाश, बसहु राम चर्चा पहरा। श्री गुरु चरण सरोज रजा, जमन मुकुर सुदान। बड़ो रघुवर विमान यश, जोदायक पंचान। तुलसी कृत रमायणा कथा करहु वंशा आसन लीजे प्रेम हिता आओ पावन कुमार सिया पति रामचंद्र की जय उमापति महादेव की जय पवन सुत हनुमान की जय अयोध्या राम लला की जय वृंदावन कृष्ण चंद्र की जय तोरे जगन्नाथ की जय बोलो बे सब संतन की जय सियापति रामचंद्र की जय शरणम बंदो चरण कमल रघुनंदन बंदो चरण कमल रघुनंदन कमल रघुनंदन कमल रघुनंदन कमल बंदो चरण कमल रघुनंदन जिनके कृपा सकल सुख संपत्ति
जिनकी कृपा सकल सुख संपत्ति
जिनकी कृपा सकल सुख संपत्ति
जिनकी कृपा सकल सुख संपत्ति
पावत जन बतन उरे चंदन ओ पावत जन बतन उरे चंदन बंदो चरण कमल रघुनंदन ओ बंदो चरण कमल रघुनंदन अवधपुरी प्रभु नित्य विराजत
अवधपुरी प्रभु नित्य विराजत
अवधपुरी प्रभु नित्य विराजत
अवधपुरी प्रभु नित्य विराजत
जनक सुतायुत दुष्ट निकंदन ओ जनक सुतायुत दुष्ट निकंदन
जनक सुतायुग दुष्ट निकंदन
बंदो चरण कमल रघुनंदन
बंदो चरण कमल रघुनंदन
ओ बंदो चरण कमल रघुनंदन
ओ बंदो चरण कमल रघुनंदन
और जन्म मरण भैया
तीन ताप और जन्म मरण भया
तीन ताप और जन्म मरण भैया
तीन ताप और जन्म मरण भया
दूर करत चिन्मी जन रंगन चिन्मय जन रंजन
दूर करत चिन्मय जन रंजन
बंदो चरण कमल रघुनंदन
बंदो चरण कमल रघुनंदन
ओ बंदो चरण कमल रघुनंदन
ओ बंदो चरण कमल रघुनंदन
भक्त नमत चरणन में भगवन
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 कृपा करी सेवक भय बंदन
कृपा करे सेवक भय
ओ कृपा करी सेवक भय बंदन
कृपा करे सेवक भय
बंदो चरण कमल रघुनंदन
बंदो चरण कमल रघुनंदन
बंदो चरण कमल रघुनंदन
बंदो चरण कमल रघुनंदन
कमल रघुनंदन कमल रघुनंदन
कमल रघुनंदन कमल रघुनंदन
कमल रघुनंदन कमल रघुनंदन
कमल रघुनंदन कमल रघुनंदन
बंदो चरण कमल रघुनंदन
बंदो चरण कमल रघुनंदन
ओ 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 बंदो चरण कमल रघुनंदन हंस हंसाय विद्महे परमहंसाय धीमहि तन्नो हंसा प्रचोदयात् सरस्वती मां वंदना
लक्ष्मी करोतु कल्याणं आरोग्यं सुखसम्पदं मम शत्रु विनाशाय दीपज्योति नमस्तुते जय 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 श्री सरस्वती माता जय 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 श्री सरस्वती माता जय 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 श्री राम राधिका प्रथम बिनाऊ मैं श्री गणेश को दूजे कर लाल जय 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 श्री सरस्वती माता। दिन पांच सभी को ध्यान तुझे लगा। ओ रामा यानी की अनुपम कर ये भवसागर पार करा। ओ रामा यानी की अनुपम कर ये भवसागर पार करा। जय 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 श्री सरस्वती माता। पंचम दिन कृष्ण चंद्र को भक्ति सभी सिखला। वेद पुराण भागवत गीता तेनु पाप जरा। ओ वेद पुराण भागवत गीता तेनु पाप जरा। जय 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 श्री सरस्वती माता। जय 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 सिया राम राधिका माँ। जय 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 श्री सरस्वती माता। जय 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 श्री सरस्वती माता।
Ramayana Doha. Let us put our hands together.
राम गुना अरशयगे कैलाश अर कहगे कैलाश तब प्रभु पुनि कह देवा सब विधि देउर सब विधि देउर सिया पति रामचंद्र जी की जय शरणम.
Tonight our katha takes us into a place called Ayodhya. And Ayodhya is not crying, Ayodhya is rejoicing. For Bhagwan Shri Ram, he has now been crowned the king of Ayodhya. And being crowned the king of Ayodhya, Ayodhya is a very festive place to be in. What are they singing? श्री रामा अयोध्या में आए, चलो रे सके राम से मिले। श्री रामा अयोध्या में आए, चलो रे सके राम से मिले।
श्री रामा अयोध्या में आए, चलो रे सखी राम से मिले।
श्री रामा अयोध्या में आए, चलो रे सके राम से मिले।
श्री रामा अयोध्या में आए, चलो रे सखी राम से मिले।
राम से मिले, भगवान 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 से मिले।
श्री रामा अयोध्या में आए, चलो रे सके राम से मिले।
श्री रामा अयोध्या में आए, चलो रे सखी राम से मिले।
श्री रामा अयोध्या में आए, चलो रे सके राम से मिले।
श्री रामा अयोध्या में आए, चलो रे सखी राम से मिले।
Ayodhya is celebrating because Shri Ram is now crowned the king. Does Shri Ram have to wear a crown to be a king? Does he have to sit on a throne to be a king? He was born in the Raghukul dynasty, the dynasty of this family or this lineage that praised the Bhagwan Surya. Before he even entertained the thought of being the king, the kingdom belonged to him. And so Bhagwan Shri Ram, sitting there with the crown on his head and on the golden throne, there was a great meeting. And so in this great meeting, the Guru was invited. And so as Bhagwan Shri Ram sat on the throne, tonight the Katha begins to tell us. What does it say? Listen. सुनी कपिरे कह कठारी पहारी, त्रिभुवन रे कह बबही पारी। महाराज करत सब अभिषेका, सुनत भलक नर वीरते विवेका। जय राम श्री राम जय जय रामा। श्री राम जय राम जय जय रामा। In the heavens knew that Bhagwan Shri Ram was about to be crowned, and he got the status of being the Raja, the king of the dynasty. And so looking down from the heavens, they all rejoiced as he sat on the throne. But leaving the heavens, a being came down on the earth, and he came with the intention of mischief. He left the heavens and came down on the earth with the intention of mischief. And coming with the intention of mischief, what will happen? Listen, it tells us. जही सकल कहनारत ते की, सुख संपत्ति नर वीर कय देखी। सुध दूत लब सुख कर जग माई, अनंत काल रघुपति पुर जाई। मंगल भवन या मंगल हारी, प्रभु सुदशरथ अजीर बिहारी। जय राम श्री राम जय जय रामा। separation is happening, this being leaves the heaven and comes down on the earth, and he comes with the intention of mischief. Have you ever heard that word mischief before? Have you ever made mischief before? Have you ever been guilty of creating mischief? All of us at some point in our life we would have done something mischievous, isn't it? And so who is he? Narad Muni. Narad Muni leaves the heavens, and Narad Muni comes down and he enters into the kingdom in which Bhagwan Shri Ram sits on the throne. And Narad is coming there to create mischief. Coming there. As Narad Muni looked around, Narad Muni observed. And what will he observe? He becomes very envious of what he sees. What does he see? Listen, it tells us.
सुनो बैकुंठ बीरत और रेसा लखन भगत कहा संपत्ति ऐसा अपि रूप हनुमत दीन बारी समत हरि प्रसदु कहीन हारी जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम
Narad Muni goes, he is disguised, nobody can recognize him, and he is sitting and he is looking. And looking, Narad Muni is observing. He is observing and he remains very quiet. And what he sees makes him very jealous, very envious. Have you ever seen something that makes you jealous or envious? Have you ever seen something that somebody has that you wish that you could have? Have you ever seen the way some families behave and how they react to each other and wish that yours could behave the very same way? Have you ever seen the way some parents command the respect of their children and wish that your children could be respectful like theirs? Have you ever seen or wished like this? Narad Muni sat there, and in his disguise, Narad Muni in his mind, he became very envious. Everything begins in the all creation begins with a thought. The yajna began in the mind. Everything begins in the mind. The ability to move, the ability to talk, the ability to help yourself, it all begins in the mind first. And so once you have the willpower, once you are willing, then you will be able. Because then we are taught God helps those who first begin to try to help them. Begin to try to help them. It is in trying that we can fail. It is in trying that we may fail. It is in trying that we will know what our true capabilities are. But if we never try, then we will never know. And so Narad Muni is sitting there. Narad Muni, he becomes very envious. And why? Narad in the heavens, he claims to be the best bhakta. He claims to be the closest being to Lord Vishnu. But yet when he comes on earth, he is seeing some being close to Shri Ram. And closer than he has ever been with Bhagwan Vishnu, this being is close to Shri Ram. And who is that being? Lord Hanuman. Seeing Hanuman at the feet of Shri Ram, Narad Muni becomes jealous, he becomes envious. Have you ever been jealous because of the relationship that friends share with each other? Hello? Have you ever been envious of the relationship that friends share with each other? And so seeing this, Narad Muni begins to plot in his mind some kind of mischief. What is he going to do? Listen, it tells us.
Birata birata bhagarata kaha deki suno kahari kaha deki कृतवास मंगल कौशल्यन पूरी असेन धरती कहाँ लोक सक होरी जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम
जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम
मंगल मूर्ति मारुति नंदन सकलय मंगल मूर्ति कंदन जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम
जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम
Narad, he waited for the opportune time when it became very quiet and when all of the beings had dispersed, they had moved. And so Narad, he summoned, who will he call? He called Lord Hanuman. And calling out to Lord Hanuman, Narad Muni begins to speak to Lord Hanuman. What kind of conversation you think Narad Muni will have with Lord Hanuman? Narad, who is envious of Lord Hanuman, what is he going to tell him? People come to you all the time. You know why? To find out what is your plan. To find out, or to try to find out what is the real essence of your success and your growth and your ability to smile and to be happy and to enjoy life. There are some people who think that your life will become stagnant without them. But they have forgotten that you existed before them and you will continue to exist without them. Some people come into our lives for a reason and some people come into our lives for a season. I said one night that not everybody fits in on the journey. Some people find excuses not to accompany on the journey. But don't be worried and don't be alarmed and don't be disturbed about that. Because you know why? You know why? There's one less baggage you have to carry. And anything less you have to carry, then the journey becomes smooth and peaceful. Then the journey becomes an easy one. Then you're dragging excess baggage behind. And so, Narad Muni is having a conversation with Lord Hanuman. And listen to what he says. He says, "Oh Lord Hanuman, in a little while from now, all of the beings, they will come and they will all sit again to begin discussions. But I want you to do me a favor. I want you to do me a favor. I want you to bow to the feet of every being who is present, but do not bow to the feet of the Guru. Do not bow to his feet. And I'll tell you why after." Listen to what he's saying. I'll tell you why after. Somebody ever instructed you to do something and when you ask them why, they say, "I'll tell you after. I can't tell you now." That's sounding Trinidadian, eh? That's sounding more Trinidadian than a Ramayana tonight. Because that's how we operate. That's what we do. That's what we say. Do it, eh? Make sure and do it. And I'm going to tell you, I can't tell you now, but I will tell you tomorrow. I will call you and tell you. Huh? And you so have trust, you so have belief in the instruction that is being given, that you just follow the instruction blindly and land yourself into trouble. And when you end up in trouble, you end up in trouble alone. Eh? The person who instructed you, safe and away, and you in trouble. They say when you're in trouble, swim or else you will drown on your own. Well, they didn't say trouble, they say something else. But they say you better know to swim, eh? Otherwise, you know what will happen? What will happen? It says, Narad Muni giving this instruction, Hanumanji recognizes who Narad Muni is. He knows that Narad is a divine soul. He knows that Narad is a bhakta of Bhagwan Vishnu. And he sees through the disguise, and so he follows the instruction. He is following the instruction because of the devotion that Narad possesses in him. Only bad people make mischief? Hello? Only bad people make mischief? Huh? Only the people with no jhandi in their yard, Hindus, make mischief? The one who have grey and blue and black and all different kind of color to impress the neighbor. Watch out, you know. Trouble. You know. It says, Narad Muni, the celestial sage, giving the instruction. What will happen? Hanumanji is following.
बिसर हरि कह सुनी कह नारा बहादुर रे कहा सनता तब रघुपति सब सकायन बोले सभी कार्य कर सिर कह बोले जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम
Hanumanji, he follows the instruction that is given by Narad Muni. And so Hanumanji, he walks in and he begins to bow at the feet of everybody. But when he reaches the Bhagwan Shri Ram, Danvat Karo, he falls flat and his head touches the feet of Bhagwan Shri Ram. But sitting next to Bhagwan Shri Ram is not Mata Sita, is the Guru. And the Guru is sitting on the very same throne. And so Hanumanji bows to Shri Ram, but he does not bow to the Guru. Am I in the company of somebody and somebody walk up to you and talk to the other person and look at you as though you don't exist? How do you feel? You know, we are Trinidadians. We have a unique way of making people feel bad. We are Trinidadians. We have a unique way of insulting people indirectly. True or not? Hello? When you're in the yagya, don't lie. When you're in the yagya, talk the truth. And that's not only you, that's me too. Guilty as charged. We all do that. He bows to Shri Ram, but he ignores the Guru totally. But the Guru, being the compassionate being that he is, the Guru pays no heed, he smiles. A God-realized soul, a person who holds the status of being Guru, has no time to be petty. Do you know? A true Guru has no time to be petty. He is not concerned if you like him. He is not concerned if you don't like him. He knows for a fact that if you bad talk him, you go straight to hell. He knows that. So he has the assurance that he is protected. Not protected by you, not protected by your words, but protected by that being whom is his best friend, his Bhagwan, his God. Oh, have you ever heard? From the lips of the Guru to the ears of... Have you ever heard that? From the lips of the Guru to the ears of... Bhagwan, God. For when he wishes good, you know what happens? We spoke one night in our Hawad about when there were to be a greeting in scripture, how they greeted each other. In most of the scriptures, they didn't greet each other as Sitaram, you know. They greeted each other as Ayushman Bhavati. And the reply was, Bhavati Ayushman. Ayushman Bhavati, and the reply was Bhavati Ayushman. We look at each other. And we don't even say good morning. No respect. Hanumanji bowing to Shri Ram and not bowing to the Guru remains calm. Ever get vexed because somebody didn't talk to you? Ever see somebody walking towards you and by the time they reach to you, they cross the road, they go on the next side? Just because they don't want to talk to you? If they didn't talk to you, what has that done to you? Where did it make a hole? Huh? In kindergarten, we learn a proverb. And the proverb says, sticks and stones may break my bones, but your words will never. Have you ever heard that before? But you see, we learned that in kindergarten. And when we grow up to be adults, we think that that is no longer applicable. But that was a stepping stone into reminding us that when we grow into adulthood, that words will come our way. But words coming our way, some of them will be baseless and have no meaning. And so you have to throw them behind you and pretend that you are you're deaf. And so the Guru shows no emotion. And then Narad Muni eases his way slowly. And Narad Muni goes to the Guru. And you know where Narad Muni is going? Not to the feet of the Guru. He's going to the ears of the Guru. What do you think he's going to say? Somebody ever come to talk to you in your ears before? Huh? I don't want nobody to hear. When they don't talk to you, you have to wipe your ears the amount of spit it have in it. Huh? When they don't tell you the secret, your whole brain on fire. Huh? I am not concerned about anybody who is vexed. I am not concerned about anybody who likes to gossip. None of those things affect me. If you vex, it's affecting you, not me. My job is to be neutral, and the day I know you vex with me, I still come to you. Kuchi kuchi ku. I love you. And your vexness only affecting you, because when I go to sleep, I say kuchi kuchi ku. Good for you. I am not carrying any baggage unnecessarily. I have learned you can't please everybody all day. You can make some people happy sometimes, but you cannot make everybody happy all day. Mantra of the night. And so as Narad reaches to the ears of the Guru, Narad is speaking. Listen to what he's saying. Listen to what Narad is telling the Guru.
परमः पिता कहा गुरु दर्शाई बकतः सुत मृदु बचन उचारी तब अटकी न मोरी सेवा का मुख पर बिन कर दीन रामा जय राम श्री राम जय जय रामा श्री राम जय राम जय जय रामा जय राम श्री राम जय जय रामा श्री राम जय राम जय जय रामा
जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम.
Narad went to the ears of the Guru. And listen to what Narad is saying. Narad says, "Oh Guru, adorations unto you." He's not bowing like falling to the feet, but he's putting his hands together and he's saying, "Adorations unto you." Adorations unto you. How do you feel when somebody comes to you and they hug you? How do you feel? Huh? How do you feel? How do you feel when somebody looks at you and they smile and they put their hand together and they bow? How do you feel? Huh? That's why the Yagyashala, when you enter, there is a little smiling face that puts a chandan and some perfume for you. See it? So the smiling face. I've said to the big smiling face, pull up the front chairs, and the big smiling face, but you say to the small smiling face, the big smiling face don't hear. They don't listen, they don't follow instructions, they don't care. Once they sit where they want to sit and they're comfortable. The small, you look at that little face and you feel that little finger touch your forehead. How do you feel? Huh? How do you feel? It's as though they're saying, Swagatam, Swagatam, welcome, welcome. How do you feel when they pass with the Panchamrit and they're giving it to you? And with love, they pour the Panchamrit in your hand. With love. And you bow and you drink the Panchamrit. And gracefully that person is passing. How would you feel if somebody come and pelt the parcel on you and say, hey, take that. And you say, I want the next one. And from behind they pelt it over. And they say, okay, take that. How would you feel? How would you feel about that? Narada goes to the heirs and Narada says, oh Guru, I observe this monkey. And hear how he's addressing. Listen to how he's. We like to call people names, you know. You all know that? We know about everybody and what days and how days and what kind of lifestyle they have. And we know to blame everybody. And we know who like what and who don't like what. And we know everything, you know. But you don't know nothing about your own self, huh? You know that about everybody else. You could pinpoint everybody else's fault. Chiki says all the time, you see Chiki is sitting on that chair, she's getting a little old, so words of wisdom. Chiki says that you could take out a little pebble from in somebody else's eye, but you can't take out a boulders from your own one. Huh? You could see the pebble in somebody else's eye, but you can't see the boulders in your own eye. We like to sit down and watch everybody, and condemn everybody, and criticize everybody, and say all the bad things about everybody. When last you stand up and watch yourself in the mirror? Huh? When last? I said to them, I want a huge mirror by my bed. Because you see, when I'm going to sleep, I want to watch myself in that mirror. And I want to have a good conversation with myself. It's okay to talk to yourself, you know. You know what's not okay? It's not okay to answer back. Because then you know, what one, eh? Something wrong with you. It's okay to talk to yourself, but it's not okay to reply to yourself. And always remember that. Yogi Raj Narada said, I observed the monkey. How much times we call people names? Huh? We could hardly fit in with clothes and we call in other people fat. Huh? We look and we say, hey, Blackie. Huh? And you don't want to say Blackie, so you say, hey, Prunes. Huh? You change it to a Dular name. Huh? Dular. It's better to be black outside and clean and pure inside than to be white and nice outside and you're inside black, you know. You know that? No amount of soap and water could clean your inside. It could wash you outside, but it can't clean your inside. Do you know that? And so, he says, I observed the monkey, and I saw that the monkey bowed to everybody, even Shri Ram. But the monkey didn't bow to you. Don't you consider that to be disrespectful? And the Guru says, well, I paid no heed. I paid no heed to that. For he bowed to Shri Ram, and Shri Ram is my chela. And so bowing to him is as though he has bowed to me. And Narada Muni said, really? I don't think so. I think he didn't bow because he genuinely disrespected you. Listen to how trouble is coming. I think he genuinely did not bow to you because he disrespected you. And not only that, he disrespected you in front of everybody. So I suggest to you, you must teach him a lesson. I suggest to you, you must discipline him. You must do something to discipline him. Somebody ever suggest to you what you must do? I suggest to you, don't talk to them for the rest of your life till you're dead. Huh? I suggest to you that when you see them, pretend you didn't see them. Huh? I suggest to you that when you see the number calling you, hang up the phone. I suggest to you, and I suggest to you, nobody should suggest to you. You should suggest to your own self that you don't want to be like them. You want to be better than them. You want to be above them. You never want to bring yourself down to their level. You want to shine and be above them all the time. And the Guru, hearing this, the Guru says, then what do you think I should do? How you think I should discipline him? And Narada Muni smiles because music, envy is speaking, jealousy is speaking. Have you ever spoken out of jealousy before? Huh? I've said this before, and I'm going to say this again. I'm talking about me. I have no time for gossip. If ever you have heard that I said something about you, it is a lie. And I want to tell you with no apology, my mouth is big enough to tell you what I want to tell you. And I'm not sending any message with anybody. I'm not afraid. There'll be the time when I want something done, and I will say to people closest to me, you go and do it. You do it. You do it. But I'll observe, I'll be the supervisor, I'll stand right there. And if anything untoward happens, I'm right there to correct it immediately. But I'm not sending any message to anybody. I'm capable of delivering my own message because I consider myself to be an adult. There are many people who have grown old in age but behave like little children. There are many people who have grown old by age but they have not gained wisdom. They have never grown to become wise. There are many people who think that I am all the material things and that make me important. That doesn't make you important. You know what makes you important? What makes you important? Your ability to be humble. Your ability to be simple. That's what makes you important. And so, the Guru says, Narad, the Guru is calling him by his name, Narad. The Guru identifies who he is. The Guru says, Narad, what should I do? And Narad says, Guru, listen, I have an idea. Clap with me, let's sing.
Tihi kah tum mori priya kah pari mama hit bhava sukha din kai aju raj bhasam pati pare dehi giri pavataya din paaye Jai Ram Shri Rama. Sing with me, everybody, let's sing together. I want to hear you, sing with me, everybody. Sing the name of Rama, everybody together, sing with me, let's clap. Jai Ram Shri Rama Jaya Jaya Shri Ram Jaya. Turn up your volume a little bit again, everybody sing with me. Jai Ram Shri Rama Jaya Shri Ram Jaya.
I don't want to sound like we're in a concert, but I'm only hearing this side. And I'm not hearing this side, and all the big mouth people here. I'm not hearing you. When you sing the name of God, when you sing the name of Bhagwan, you're purifying your existence. Always remember that. Sing it with pride. You're afraid the person next to you will see you, Bonnie? Close your eye. They wouldn't see you. Your eye closed. Never be worried about what anybody thinks about you when it comes to expressing your love for your Bhagwan. Never. Never be ashamed to call out his name. Call it out with conviction from your heart. And success, growth, prosperity, protection will come to you. Sing with me, everybody, from your heart. Not from your lip, from your heart tonight. Sing with me. Jai Ram, Shri Rama, Jaya Jaya. Shri Ram, Jaya Rama, Jaya Jaya. Mangal Bhavanaya Mangala Grava Sudasa Rata Ajirabe. All your love. Ajira Bihari Rama Ajirabe. Grava Sudasa Rata Ajirabe. Jai Ram Shri Rama Jaya Jaya Rama.
Shri Ram Jaya Rama Jaya Jaya Rama.
Narad, he gives an advice to the Guru. And listen to what Narad is saying. Narad says, why don't we put that monkey in the courtyard? He disrespected you in front of everybody. Then let us teach him a lesson in front of everybody. The little child believes, do for do no. The little child believes, do for do no. You know how much adults believe in that same thing? Huh? Adults believe the same thing too. Because you do that and because you so, I have to do that and I have to be so too. Huh? Let us teach him a lesson. Let us put him in a courtyard in front of everybody. And let us get the best archers in the kingdom to shoot him with arrows. Listen to how he's being penalized for not bowing, paying obeisance to the Guru. Put him in the courtyard and shoot him with arrows. And Narada is doing this because you know why? He is jealous. Have you ever heard that word jealous before? Jealousy make people say all kind of thing, you know. That they make up something. Huh? Jealousy makes people do all kind of thing, you know. You all know that? There is nothing to be jealous about. There is nothing to be envious about. In devotion and bhakti and religion and God, there is nothing to be, there is no competition. There is no best and no worst. We are all on the same quest. We are all on the same pathway. We are all trying to do the same thing to attain mukti, salvation, when that will come. All of us. That's the intention of our existence. Sadhana dhamma moksha karadwara paina jai paraloka savara. To gain mukti, salvation, that's our intent. But we can only get that when we are pure, when we are sincere. And so, giving the instruction to the Guru smiles. Somebody ever tell you something and he just smiles? Huh? Somebody ever try, or in the middle of a conversation, somebody is talking to you and then you just start to smile because you're wondering how you'll do or what you could do to try to please that person and to make that person happier. What criteria do you use to choose your friends? What is a friend? I'll tell you what the proverb says. Listen to what the proverb says, huh? And everything I'm telling you is what you could relate to, right, Margaret? A friend in need is a friend. Oh God, you all know it. Huh? What is a friend? What is a friend? Is a friend a person you only look for when you're in need? There's never been a time when I was in need and God did not provide for me. And when God can't come, He will send somebody. He will send some mode, some method. He will come. He will always be the provider. And for that, I am grateful. For that, every day I pray and I say, thank you, God. Thank you, God, for coming through the medium of the person who will fix the pipe, and the people who will fix the pump, and the man who will help me feed the dog, and the man who will help me do this. Thank you, because you came through that person to help me. Thank you, God, for the person when I landed from India, and it was the last flight coming from New York, and our Prime Minister shut down the border, and they left us on the plane for 4 hours, contemplating on sending us back to New York. And everybody's afraid of COVID and afraid to die. And one man came. He come with a bottle of Lysol, and he come with a mask, but he came. And I said to him on the journey back from the airport, I said, you're afraid, boy? He said, no, me afraid. And if I die with you, I'm getting COVID from you and I die. But thank God we didn't die together. Thank God. Because I don't know what would have happened on that journey. The Atma journey. During that time, I quarantined myself. And there are the people who knew that I was quarantined, and you know what they will do? They will come and they will drop me food. They will drop off the food. And that's before we know anything really about COVID. That's before we have any understanding of COVID and what it will do and how you could really die. And I think in that time I put on more than enough weight. Because it was meals for breakfast and meals for lunch and meals for dinner and meal from here, there and everywhere. Anything. Everything. The Guru gives the instruction and he says, put the monkey, put Hanuman out in the courtyard. We're going to have a learning exercise. A learning exercise. A learning exercise. Have you ever learned from somebody else's mistake? Last night we were walking out the gate and I saw something on the ground and I said to Dave, Dave, what is this? And Dave said, that's somebody's soul. I said, soul? What do you mean by that, somebody's soul? He said, yeah, that's somebody's soul. The soul drop out. I said, their soul drop out? Then that means that somebody dead. I said, and his soul looks black. He said, I mean shoes, na boy, shoes. And I left here thinking, what will our soul look like when it really drop out? When our soul comes out of the body, what color will it be? What will it look like? You know, there is a bhajan that talks about that. It talks about soul. When your soul has to stand in front of the maker. You know what it says? It says that day you put your hand together and with tears in your eyes, you're looking at Bhagwan and you're saying, Maine chadhar aur ki kaise dwar tumhari aao he pavan parameshwar mere he pavan parameshwar mere मन ही मन शर्माओ मेरी चादर ओढ़ की कैसे मेरी चादर ओढ़ की कैसे द्वार तुम्हारे आओ हे पावन परमेश्वर मेरे हे पावन परमेश्वर मेरे मन ही मन शर्माओ मेरी चादर
ओढ़ के कैसे मैली चादर ओढ़ के कैसे.
God sent us into the world with a clean, pure shod. And just as he sent you, this was your gift. But a day will come when you'll have to present this gift back to him. He sent you with his shawl clean and pure. But by the actions and the deeds and the words, when you take this shawl back to him, will it be pure? I looked at the black shoe sole and I wondered, what will my soul look like? What have I done to purify, to cleanse my soul? What have I done? What have I done to prepare myself for when that day will come so that my soul will gain salvation? It says, Hanumanji is standing in the middle of the courtyard. Hanumanji has no clue what is happening. He is told to stand there. You know how much times you have no clue as to the mischief that is happening? What does the enemy look like? Hello? What does the enemy look like? What does the enemy look like? You know what your enemy look like? Like a friend. Isn't it? Hello? Is that true or not? The enemy looked just like a friend. And the friend looked just like a... Oh, why are you all saying that? Is that all or some? Is that all or some? We have some true friends too, you know. But we have some true enemies who appear to be like friends. They come and they just want to know, to hear. Oh. There is a word we use for that in Trinidad. You all know the word? They come to do what? To answer. Please. To answer. They're looking at everything and watching everything to find the fault and to see and to hear what you could have seen and what you didn't see and what you should have seen. And when you call my name and when you didn't call my name and who name you should have called. And, Your name could be anything. I love you the same way. You know that? I don't care what your name is, you know. I love you the same way. I go in the back and you're standing up for food. I am helping you. I'm pulling the box for you. Huh? Earlier today, a lady who is in her 90s, she has been after me all the time. Baba, I want to do a dhan. Baba, I want to do a dhan. I'm living alone. I want you to come to my home and I want you to do the dhan. But you have to arrange everything. You have to look after everything. And I say to her, Mama, I promise you I will arrange everything. But she's impatient. Huh? She wants it. She wants it, but she's impatient. Loving. Old, but has all the marbles in one basket. Know everything. You can't tie her up at all. She knows everything. And I made all the arrangements today, right here. I bought the cow, I made the parsad, cooked the lunch, we got the pundit, me. We made Mama come, we did the dhan. And after we did everything, we did the puja up on the stage, we did the go dhan, we gave the cow in dhan, we did everything that she wanted to do. And afterwards, she said, Baba, I want to tell you something. I said, what? She said, tell them we had to change your name. I said, change my name? She said, yeah. I tell them that we had to change your name. I said, so what are you changing my name to? She said, changing your name to tomorrow. I said, tomorrow? She said, well, every time I call you and I tell you come, you say you're coming tomorrow. Tomorrow, and tomorrow, and tomorrow. So I changed your name to tomorrow. And I started to laugh. I said, Mama, well, let's not call the Pandit tomorrow again. Let's think about what the Pandit did today. The Pandit have kept the promise, the vow. You said to me, arrange everything. I arranged everything. You said to me, this was your desire, and you can no longer manage, and you wish to do this. And I made this happen. I sacrificed and I made this happen for you. But don't give me that Rasi tomorrow. Because tomorrow may never come. And Mama smiled. We even put the dakshina on the table for Mama to offer, and she looked at me and she said, I change money and I have it in an envelope here. But when you say put dakshina, and you even say put dakshina, I say, but then you put dakshina. She said, but I know mines. I bring mines. She said, I change money and I get 1 cent, 1 cent to put for the Nogra and thing, you know. She said, but I put your money and you go get all the blessing and me go get none. She said, hey, take the envelope now. And in my mind, I'm saying, if I take the envelope, I'm taking the karma. I'm taking away the blessing that I will get. But if I don't take it, she'll be unhappy. Now, I'm afraid to tell her, Mama, we didn't cook chana, we cooked soup. I'm afraid to tell her because I don't know what her reaction is going to be. Because you know when they have prayers, they want curry and they want rice, and you could have 100 days prayers, eh? They want chana, and they want roti, and they want pumpkin. So I go up to her and I say, Mama, if I tell you something, we make soup, you know. She say, Baba, well, if I tell you something, I over like soup. I say, Mama, well, in my mind, thank God. And I say, Mama, we make it with plenty sauce, eh? Because you know why? Plenty people in a little pot. So I tell them, put macaroni and put dumpling and stretch it so that everybody will get. But do you know that tonight you will get soup too? Because you could never make a little bit of soup. There is nothing that you can do to make a little bit of soup. True or not? The pot overflowed. Everybody packed, everybody ate, everybody carried, and the pot still full. And that was made this evening, after lunch, afternoon. And there is still soup. For anybody who wants soup, you're able to eat that this evening. And Mama is eating this soup and I'm afraid to go by the table, eh? Because you know Mama's sharp, eh? She's looking, I'm sure she's looking. And I passed by, I say, Mama, I give you the soup just how I like it, you know, with plenty sauce. This time, you know why? It's stretched soup, you know. And Mama said, Baba, God bless you. This is exactly how I like my soup, with plenty sauce. Huh? It is not what you do. It is how you do, what you do that makes the difference. It is not what you say. It is how you say, what you say that makes the difference. It is not what you are asking for. It is how you ask for what you are asking for. Chances are you may get it or you might never get it. True or not? And so Hanumanji stands, he has no clue what is happening. And so as Hanumanji stands, the Katha tells us finally tonight, listen. O Mangal Bhavanaya Mangal Hari Prabhu Sudasarata Ajira Bihari Ram Siya Ram Siya Ram Jai Jai Ram Ram Siya Ram Siya Ram Jai Jai Ram. Sing with me everybody, let's sing together. सब कह राम प्रिया कर मोरी निश्चर कपि कहा धनुषन भोरी राम सिया राम जय जय राम राम सिया राम जय जय राम. ओ सब ही प्रिया का जपतय नामा मोहि अंधिकार हटा परदामा राम सिया राम जय जय राम राम सिया राम जय जय राम. हर्ष हरि देहु दे हनुमान राम सिया राम जय जय राम राम सिया राम. Sing with me everybody. सिया राम जय जय. Sing with me, I want to hear you. राम सिया राम जय जय राम राम सिया राम सिया. Sing with me with all your love, everybody together. ओ मंगल भवनय मंगल हारी द्रवहु सुदशरथ अजिर बिहारी राम सिया राम जय जय राम राम सिया राम. Sing with me with all your love, everybody. ओ मंगल मूर्ति मारुति नंदन सकलय मंगल मूरनि कंदन राम सिया राम जय जय राम राम सिया राम जय जय राम. Hanuman is standing there. The instruction is given, shoot him. And every arrow he sees coming towards him, every arrow coming towards him, you know what he's doing? Puts his hands together. Ram Siya Ram Jai Jai Ram Ram Siya Ram Jai Jai Ram. They're shooting one after the other, shooting him and shooting these arrows towards him. All he's doing, Ram Siya Ram Jai Jai Ram Ram Siya Ram Jai Jai Ram. Their hands become tired, their legs become weak, and so they can no longer stand, they can no longer shoot. And all Hanumanji is doing, his hands are together. Ram Siya Ram Jai Jai Ram Ram Siya Ram Jai Jai Ram. Oh Raghukul Riti Saja Chaliya Pran न जाए वरु बचन न जाए. राम सिया राम जय जय राम राम सिया राम. I can't hear you, sing with me. जय जय राम राम सिया राम जय जय राम राम सिया राम. Tonight Hanumanji is standing in a courtyard. Everybody is looking on and they're shooting arrows. Every arrow come towards him. Ram. When life begins to shoot arrows at you, when people begin to talk and say the worst things about you, perform actions that is supposed to cause hurt and to bring you down to zero, you know what you have to do? Ram Siya Ram Jai Jai Ram Ram Siya Ram Jai. Some people talk because they have a mouth and not necessarily because they have anything good to say. Some people talk because of envy, because of the anger they have inside of them. And you know what they're angry about? They're angry with their own self. And the only thing you could share or the only thing you could give is something that you have, you know. So if you have happiness and you have peace and you have contentment, then you're able to share that, isn't it? But if you are a bitter person and you are angry with your own self, then what can you share? What will you be able to share? You have a container of food and everybody else hungry. What will you do? Share food, isn't it? Isn't it? But if you give a hungry man money and you can't buy anything, will he eat the money? Can you eat the money? You know much people hungry and they have money and they'll never buy something to eat. Huh? You prefer to buy something to dress up and look nice than to buy something to fill your stomach. You go in the grocery and you watch the price and you put it back, but you go in the expo and they say cheap, cheap, just for you, only for you. I drop the price only for you, you good customer. I buy one, get next one, quarter price. You buy. Yeah, designer, only designer piece. You buy. It's a one piece. When you put it on, you go in the function and you see everybody wearing the same one piece. What they tried to tell you is they only had one piece remain from the batch that they had. And you think one piece, you're getting a bargain. We want a bargain with everything. Strange, huh? Anything you have to do for yourself, you want to do it on a bargain. Anything you have to do for yourself, you have to bargain. I have come to the realization, I go to the grocery, I am not looking at the price. You know why? I'll get frustrated. Trinidadians, we behave very confused. We are a very confused society. We live as though we are living in Lanka. The definition was the blind leading the deaf. That was the definition of Lanka. When Hanuman had to talk about what he experienced in Lanka, he says it was as though the blind was leading the deaf. Because Ravan, he's blinded by his own ego and everybody's just following anything he said. The gas price gone up, nobody say nothing. Up to now, not one man Joe talk nothing about gas. Nowhere. Nobody spoke anything about gas. Every time I go to that gas pump, I feel I have to take 2 pressure tablets. Every time I go to that gas pump, I feel as though smoke coming out of my ears. When I think about the amount of money I have to pay for gas. My mother just came from Bhagwat and went back. And she looked at me and she said, well, when I'm coming next, tell me what to bring, and so I will bring. I say, girl, if I tell you what to bring. She say, what? I say, you bring flour, yes? Pull it in your suitcase and bring flour. She say, flour? I say, yeah, flour gone up, and nobody said anything about flour. Nobody have anything to say about flour. Who is it flour? Who is it flour? Hello, let us be real. Who eats flour? Who is suffering? They're talking about land tax. You all know? Who has most properties? Who owns most properties? The others renting and sponging. You all know? The others squatting. They can't move them because they're squatting. They're squatting and they're in charge because they watch the people who have, and they run into their house 4 o'clock in the morning and put a gun by their head and nobody's saying nothing. And the minute they get shoot, my son was over good. Well, now he best. Because you know why? Jaya Biakela. He's at his best. Because he was a pest. Nobody complaining. Nobody complaining. Do you know how much homes have been invaded? Do you know how much robberies have happened? Do you know how much people go in the grocery and they can't afford? And they shoplifting and taking up all sorts of things and putting it in their pocket. It have the ones who are wicked to it. They going to take things to make party and have a line. One of the grocery proprietors said to me, he said, we catch a man and he thieving Nescafe and bottles of Nescafe. So I say, what you do? You call the police? He said, no, I do better than that. I tell him, open the bottle and start to eat. You like Nescafe? Eat it. Eat it. And in my mind I say, oh God, that's what you do the man. I don't know what's the biggest sin, him thieving it or you making him eating it, or who going to hell. I don't know what is happening. But do you know there are people who can't afford basic things? We are entering into a new academic term where parents have to buy a uniform for their children and they have to buy books for their children and they could hardly buy food because flour gone up. You all know? There was a proverb that I used because when I was going to school, I love bread. The mantra in our home is bread or you all know it? The mantra in our home is bread or dead. But I'm not ashamed to say, no, I can't look at the price. I just have to pick up the bread and don't even ask how much for it, because you know why? If I think about the price, I never eat bread again in my whole life. But nobody said anything about that, eh? And the minute you talk about it, you know what happened? You ain't hear what he's saying. You ain't hear what he talking. Dharma is politics, you know. You all know that? Our religion is politics, you know. Our religion has taught us that we must fight for ourselves, you know. Because nobody will fight for you. The people who have nothing want to live off the people who they think have everything. We don't have, you know. We don't have. But nobody will know that we don't have, because we have learned Santosham Paramam Sukham. To eat little and live. To eat little and be contented. To have little and smile through it. To wait with a smile. We have learned that. Huh? But they want brand new shoes to go to the fete. Huh? They want a brand new shirt and to go to the fete, but they ain't working, so they had to rob somebody to get it. And when they come in your home and you do something to them, you know what happened? You wrong, eh? You wrong. If they come with a gun and you shoot them, you go into jail, because they're charging you for manslaughter. They had to shoot you first, then you could shoot them. Crazy, eh? Crazy. Mad. And we sit down and we laugh. You know, that's so good, eh? That's really nice. And we sit down and laugh about all the serious, critical things. And that's why we will continue to be dealt and treated as though we are foolish people. That's why we continue to be oppressed and suppressed. And we'll never have a voice. Because in unity there is strength. And if we all join together, putting aside our ego and putting aside our position and putting aside our race and putting aside our religion and putting aside all of those things, and we fight, you know what will happen? We'll make a statement. I saw in some part of India where they were upset because of the rise of prices in food. Did you see what happened? I think it's Chennai, I'm not sure. Huh? Is it? Sri Lanka. Listen to me. And I just talk about Lanka. Look, in Lanka, in this place where Ravan was, they all rioting and fighting. You know why? Because they cannot afford food. They all leave their homes and go into the street, and they're fighting and protesting because they cannot afford food. We will live, you know, because we know how to eat bhaji. We would live, you know, because we know how, if it have no bhaji, we could pick some pepper leaf and a pumpkin leaf, and we could make bhaji with that. We were taught survival. We know that. We know how to eat onion takari. You ever eat that? We know to eat tomatoes fried rice. You ever eat tomato fried rice? Huh? It's because it had nothing else to cook, and it had tomatoes and rice. It's tomato fried rice, and you think it's this exotic meal, eh? Isn't it? The mother so want to impress you that she cooking because she had nothing in one. She curry the aloo and she boil the rice, and she know how you go twist your mouth from here to Tobago, so she boiled something and throw it inside there. Cheap, everything cheap. And that's the best dish you'll eat, you know. You know that? Be real, it's the best thing you'll eat. And you're contented, you know. You ever eat rice and butter? Huh? You ever eat bread and condensed milk? You ever eat hops and solo? Dip the bread in the soft drink? You ever do that? You ever eat cricks and zabuka? You ever eat cricks and pepper sauce and cheese? Huh? You'll live. You'll be happy. It's the best food. You know what they call that now in the Western world? Comfort food. You ever hear that? That's not your meal, you know. That's your snack after the meal. That's why you can't fit on the chair. That's why when you walk 2 footsteps, you can't breathe. Huh? Long ago, Sunday, you will get a Coca-Cola and they will buy a 2 liter. They'll pull up the glass with ice and they'll give you the Coke after, because you know why? More ice it have, less Coke you'll get now. And everybody will get some. So you're stretching it indirectly. So you grow up with that tradition. So you know what you think now? You tell yourself, I can't drink it unless it's real cold. Your mother taught you that. I can't drink it. It had to be real cold for me to enjoy it. But this time they're stretching it, you know. They're making sure everybody get. That one Coca-Cola, you had 20 people in the house, everybody gets some, you know. And long ago we didn't have cup and glass and plate and thing. You know what they drinking it? Condensed milk cup. You ever drinking that? They used to say tin cup. You ever drinking a tin cup before? Long ago you wanted some tea, Monilal. You know what your mother will do? She'll put some milk in enamel cup and put the enamel cup on top of the stove. She'll mix the Milo and the sugar and everything right inside it, and you better do holy handle, you know. Now everything is microwave. You swear the children born with a microwave plug on somewhere in their ears or somewhere. Everything is microwave. Popcorn, microwave. Anything, microwave, microwave. Long time you pop in popcorn, it was a exciting thing, you know. You take the tower and cover the pot. You all ever did that? Take the tower and cover the pot because you're so excited. You want all the steam to remain in the pot. Now we have so much and we enjoy so little. Now we have so much and we still live as though we are poor. Now we have so much, and you know what? Our ego has prevented us from enjoying what we should enjoy. Because we have become slaves. That's what we became. We became slaves. You're a slave to the business. You're a slave to your job. You're a slave to your children. You're a slave to everything. And you know what happened? The minute you're dead, they ain't sending a condolence letter or a postcard to your family, you know. They're trying to find somebody to replace you. Nobody care about you. You're dead already. What will you do? In the funeral home, there is a box that they call the Sunil box. I say, why you all name the box Sunil box? Me ain't dead yet? I say, and if I dead, don't put me in that ugly thing, you know. But they say, everybody in your family dead, that's the box you choose. So we don't know, that's Sunil box. Anybody you say is your uncle and your aunt and anybody, we give them that box because that's Sunil box. But do you know, a day will come when they'll really put me in a box? I went to the funeral home a few days ago, Swami and I walked into the showroom. I said, let me see what new thing all they have inside here. They say, you songing like you in some kind of parlor shopping. I said, well, let me tell you, I want this thing. If something happened to me, I want this thing. It's looking nice. They say, you're going to be dead. You ain't going to know. It's true. You know much people are alive and more dead than the dead? They don't know. You ain't know flour gone up. You ain't know gas gone up. You ain't know if it's Monday, Sunday, Friday. You ain't know if today is pension. You ain't know if today is tension. You ain't know nothing. But you know everybody's business. That's what you know. You know everything about everybody else, and this one child so, and that one child so, and you're fighting for house, and you're fighting for land, and you're fighting for car, and you're fighting for Bera, and you're fighting for the neighbor Zabuka, it hangover. Zabuka hangover is mine. And you're fighting and fighting and fighting and fighting. You like Zabuka, plant your own tree now. You like mango, plant your own tree. Because the minute a leaf fall from the same tree, your teeth in the zabuka from you swell up like a frog. The tree messing up my house. Watch how my yard is. The tree, and you're quarreling with the neighbor whole year, and when it starts to bear, your teeth in the fruit. See how we contrary? We hear very confused, contrary. Hanuman, every arrow that comes to him, wrong. In your happy days, chant. In your happy days, chant. Wrong. In your sad days, chant. In the days when you don't know what is happening, chant. In the days when you're uncertain, chant. And even when you are very certain, chant. Because the Ramayana says thus. प्रवीसी नगर कीजे सब काजा हृदय हरा की को सर पूज राजा। Together. जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय The Ramayana says, Prabhi Nagar ki jay sab kaja, hriday hira ki ko sarpur raja. Be intelligent, be smart, be wise. Put God first and you walk behind. Allow Him to be the guide. Allow Him to take charge. For He will only guide you into success. He will only guide you into prosperity. He will only guide you onto the pathway of salvation. But allow Him to be the leader. Allow Him to be your guide. Your best friend is your Bhagwan. The best friend you'll ever have is your Bhagwan. And though it is important for us to earn, though it is important for us to work, though it is important for us to enjoy, it is important for us to remind ourselves that day will come when none of the things that we own will be of any use to us. While you're alive, enjoy it to the max. Because when you're dead, somebody you don't like will be enjoying it. What is ours today was somebody else's own. What is ours today will be somebody else's own tomorrow. In that regard, my name could be tomorrow. But other than that, I don't want to be tomorrow. I want to enjoy today and now. This evening, I want to tell you, be the best you that you can be. And when the opportunity comes, do good, be good, and good will always be yours. हमने जग की जब तस्वीर देखी, एक हंसता है 10 रोते हैं। हमने जग की जब तस्वीर देखी,
एक हंसता है 10 रोते हैं।
ये प्रभु की अद्भुत जाहीर देखी,
एक हंसता है 10 रोते हैं। कुछ बोल प्रभु ये क्या माया, कुछ बोल प्रभु से क्या माया। तेरा भेद समझ में ना आया, हमें देखी लर में खुशी देखी, एक हंसता है 10 रोते हैं। हमने जग की तब तस्वीर देखी, एक हंसता है 10 रोते हैं। हमने जग की अजब तस्वीर देखी, एक हंसता है 10 रोते।
हमने हंसते मुकरे चाँद मिले, दुखियारे चेहरे 1000 मिले।
हमें हंसते मुखरे प्यार मिले,
दुखियारे चेहरे 1000 मिले। यहाँ सुख की सोप तीर देखी, एक हंसता है 10 रोते हैं। दो एक सुखी यहाँ लाखों में, आंसू ही करो को आंखों में। तस्वीर देखी एक हंसता है
Let's all stretch our hands, everybody.
हमने जग की जब तस्वीर देखी एक हंसता है जग रोती कुछ बोल प्रभु ये क्या माया तेरा खेल समझ में ना पाया कुछ बोल प्रभु ये क्या माया तेरा खेल समझ में ना आया हमने देख महल तस्वीर देखी एक हंसता है दस रोए हमने जग की जब तस्वीर देखी एक हंसता है दस रोए
Before we stand for our tea tonight, I want to remind you that tomorrow is a very auspicious day. Tomorrow the world celebrates Guru Purnima. Come and join with us in the Yagyashala. Come as we glorify Guru. Tomorrow we listen to a very beautiful, special katha. Come, join with us as we make a joyful noise unto Bhagwan. The Guru is the one who guides us onto the pathway of salvation through his teachings, through his guidance. It is a day when it is imperative upon us to visit our Guru, to go to that place where we can find our Guru, just to touch his feet, just to bow to his feet. So come, this is an invitation for all my Shishas. You're invited, come and join with us here in the Yagyashala. Parents, please bring your children. This evening, on behalf of the President and the Vice President and members of the Ganesh Utsav Foundation, I take pleasure in announcing to you that Ganesh Utsav 2022 will be held at Palmis Park in San Fernando. I take pleasure in announcing to you. I'm inviting you from now. You have no excuse. I'm inviting you from now. You have enough time to take your Panadol, to rub your ointment on your knee, to do whatever you have to do. You have enough time from now to hire your maxi and your taxi and your driver and to do whatever you have to do. Ganesh Utsav will be held in Palmis Park. You're invited. If you have never experienced that experience of Palmis Park, you need to come. Because you know why? Ganesh Utsav is Palmis Park. It is the best experience ever. I take pleasure in telling you that the Ganesh Utsav Foundation will be hosting the Devi Yagna not in the closing Navratri but the first Navratri of next year. In that place where we are accustomed to going to have Navratri. You know where? San Fernando Hill. You're invited. Give them a little clap. You're invited. We're inviting you. For the Devi lives on this mountain top. And you know it was the vision of our president that she must take the Devi to some mountain to do the puja. And through her blessing and through the blessing of the divine goddess, we were able to do that. And so you're invited. I'm inviting you from now. So things to look forward to. Also, our temple is under construction. Our Shivratri Yagna next year will be held by the temple, because that is a Shiva temple. And so Shivratri Yagna next year, we'll be celebrating Mahashivratri Day at the temple site. By that time, we'll have the covering and all of those things will be done. There are many people who bark and open their mouth and say all sorts of foolish things. The new people in front and the old people behind, and nobody in front and nobody behind, you know. Everybody has the opportunity to be in the same line together. But you see, envy and jealousy makes you want to put people in the courtyard and shoot them with your baseless, aimless arrows. Be intelligent. Be intelligent. Never believe what you hear. Always look and find the facts that support. When you think and you look around and you see A handful of people work. A handful of people give. A handful of people support, and they always jump to the cause. And it's the one who don't do nothing and have a bag of excuse. Open their mouth and they talk and say all the kind of, you know. Can't vex with me twice. Vex with me, I really don't care. You vex, not me. My job is to love you. Kuchi kuchi ku. In any organization, you'll have the ones. You'll have the ones that work. And you'll have the ones that do nothing and want the praise. You'll have the ones that will go beyond the call, and it have some that will ignore the call. Huh? You have the choice. The choice is yours. Our president has said to me and our vice president that we need some people on board. If you want to get on board, talk to the president and the vice president, not me. They are doing the evaluation as to who will be on board and who will be off board. But once there is a thirst and once there is a desire for devotion, then the Ganesh Utsav Foundation is the right foundation to be in. Because we propagate and support and celebrate Dharma. That's what the Ganesh Utsav Foundation is geared at doing. And so, there is a time to pray and there is a time to play. When we are praying, we are praying. And we are a religious group. That's what we are. We are a group about religion. So we have to observe. And we have to follow the observances. But that's the vow, that's the promise. That's what our name stands for. This evening, our vice president is the host of the Yagna. Our president is sitting in the front row. Let's give them a round of applause. This evening to you, Vice President and President and Treasurer and all the members of the executive. You know, there's some members that don't even find it fit to log into a meeting and they think that the group will fall. They think that something will happen if they're absent. Our job is to make sure that we could fill the void. I know to do everything. I could read, I could write, and I could check money. So I could fill any void. I sit behind the computer almost every night. And they look at me and they say, we don't want to talk because you know you're reading and you're writing and you're typing. I said, it doesn't matter to me, you could talk. I could multitask. God helps those who first try to help them. It is my duty to teach you how to try to help yourself by the example that I set. A man takes a lifetime to build a character. And it takes idle, foolish people to gossip and to bring down the character. Never believe everything you hear. Because some of the things that you're hearing, they're just as fake as the people you're hearing it from. Always remember that. Before I get in trouble, let's stand for the arti. Ramaya, Ramabhadraya, Ramachandraya Vedhase, Raghunataya, Nataya, Sitaya Patai Namah. Ram Ram Bhaju Ram Ram Bhaju Ram Ram Bhaju Ram. Ram Ram Siya Ram Bhajne Ram Ram Siya Ram. Bhaju Ram Ram Siya Ram. Bhaju Ram Ram Siya Ram.
Ram Ram Bhaju Ram Ram Bhaju Ram Ram Bhaju Ram. Ram Ram Siya Ram Bhajne Ram Ram Siya Ram. Bhaju Ram Ram Siya Ram. Bhaju Ram Ram Siya Ram.
कर्म काज पृथ्वी पर आए दशरथ जी के पुत्र कहाए.
पुत्र कहाए, पुत्र कहाए.
जनकपुरी में शिवदन तोरा सती सिया संग नाता जोरा.
नाता जोरा, नाता जोरा.
सिया प्रिया बन राम प्रभु कहलाए सीताराम. भजु राम राम सिया राम. भजु राम राम सिया राम. राम राम भजु राम राम भजु
सिया राम भजने राम राम सिया राम भजो राम राम सिया राम भजो राम राम सिया राम
वचन की पालनहारे राजपाट को बन को सिधारे
बन को सिधारे बन को सिधारे
विश्वमित्र की यज्ञ वाले सती अहिल्या तारनहारे
तारनहारे तारनहारे
पंचवती को बना दिया एक राजधर्म का नाम
भज राम राम सिया राम भज राम राम सिया राम 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 भज राम राम भज राम राम भज राम राम सिया राम भजने राम राम सिया राम भज राम राम सिया राम भज राम राम सिया राम
असुरों को संहार मार कर सीता सहित चले लंका पर
लंका पर
अभिमानी रावण को मारा सीता को संकट से उबारा
संकट से उबारा
राम राज को गया देश में गुण गाए हनुमान
भज राम राम सिया राम भज राम राम सिया राम 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 भज राम राम भज राम राम भज राम राम सिया राम भजने राम राम सिया राम भज राम राम सिया राम भज राम राम सिया राम भज राम राम भज राम राम भज राम राम sing with me everybody let's sing राम राम सिया राम भजने राम राम सिया राम भज राम राम सिया राम भज राम राम सिया राम भज 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 राम राम से बड़ा राम का नाम
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 राम से बड़ा राम का नाम हसतो मां सद्गमय तमसो मां ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मामृतं गमय मृत्योर्मामृतं गमय त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सिका त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव Sing with me. राम राम भजो राम राम भजो राम राम भजो राम राम सिया राम भजने राम राम सिया राम भजो राम राम सिया राम भजो I can't hear you. Sing with me, everybody. राम राम भजो राम राम भजो राम राम भजो राम When life throws trouble, राम राम When life becomes happy, Ram, Ram. When there is birth, Ram. When there is death, Ram. When there is celebration, Ram. When there is suffering, Ram. Ram, Ram, Bhaju, Ram, Ram, Bhaju. When you don't know where to turn to, Ram. When life becomes a challenge, Ram. Whatever life throws out to you, Ram. Oh, Ram, 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 Ram. Ram Ram Siya Ram Bhaju 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 Ram Ram se bada Ram ka naam Ram The name of Ram is greater than the wrong. Chant his name with conviction and he will protect you now and always. Umapati Mahadev ki jai, Pavan Sita Hanuman ki jai, Ram Lala ki jai, Vrindavan की सीताराम 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 कहे
जाहे विधि राखे रामा, जाहे विधि राखे रामा, जाहे विधि रहे। सीताराम सीतारामा, सीताराम सीतारामा, सीताराम सीताराम।
रामचंद्र भगवान की। That is already sequence. Pujamji is about to sing for us. Show me your friend and I'll tell you who you are. Until we meet tomorrow evening again, the Aarti, the Panchamrit, the Parsad is about to come quickly to you. And so, then we prepare for Bhojan.
सियावर राम चंद्र जी की जय. Ladies and gentlemen, I would not say applause, but let us all put our hands together, give Pandit Sunil Seetahal his blessings. He is so great that I listen to him every morning from 7 o'clock on Sankhya TV. And he is educating the whole entire world. Even my little child took it on the son his guitar. This is what I like about him. You see, every little thing come in a small packet. And when you open the packet and you see it, you get a surprise. This is where he's teaching all of us. And may God continue to bless him. Every step that he's taken in his life, a giant step. You know, like when the king was asking that, you want 3 steps of land? When Bhagwan make a step, so make 2 steps and he had no more to take it to one. But may God bless you, Panditji, for every day that when I listen to you, and more inspirational. May God continue to give you that knowledge, that health, and that strength. But I'm going to dedicate this song that Lord Shiva. When I came here, German said, 50 years ago I heard you sing this song on TV, boy. What do you hear today again? And there are people who are at my home, who's listening and watching the TV, want to hear that song also, and God bless them for that. All you wonderful people. What this song was? This song was saying, हो चले बोले बाबा, हाँ चले शंकर बाबा, हो के बैल के सवार करके अनोखा सिंगार, चले भोले बाबा बयान जाने, हो चले भोले बाबा, या हो चले बोले बाबा, बाबा हो के बैल के सवार करके अनोखा सिंगार, चले भोले बाबा बयान जाने, हो चले भोले बाबा बयान जाने को. To those of you listening in my home, Kali and Brianna and the rest, blessing to you all. We'll be home just now. परगट को बबूत को लेकर सारे बदन लगाए, हानुक में रुद्राक्ष कुंड जटा में मोर बनाए. मरगट को बबूत को लेकर सारे बदन लगाए, हानुक में रुद्राक्ष कुंड जटा में मोर बनाए. मली माल के बदले गले में, मली माल के बदले गले में विजगर को लटकाए, अपने पार्वती को रिटाने, ओ अपने पार्वती को रिटाने. ओ चले बोले बाबा, हाँ चले शंकर बाबा, चले बोले बाबा, हाँ चले शंकर बाबा, हो के बैल के सवार करके अनोखा सिंगार, चले भोले बाबा बयान जाने, हो चले भोले बाबा. अरे पार्वती को मगन आज स्वागत की कर तैयारी, नाचत गावत धूम मचावत शिव आए ससुरारी. पार्वती को मगन आज स्वागत की कर तैयारी, नाचत गावत धूम मचावत शिव आए ससुरारी. भात भात की आए बराती, भात भात की आए बरात, घर को लटकाए शिव का छोटा संसार बचाने, ओ शिव का छोटा संसार बचाने को. ओ चले बोले बाबा, हाँ चले शंकर बाबा, चले बोले बाबा, हाँ चले शंकर बाबा, हो के बैल के सवार करके अनोखा सिंगार, चले भोले बाबा बयान जाने, ओ बाबा जाने को. So these are songs, very wonderful songs indeed. And when I was in certain parts of India, in Maharashtra, they were asking me to sing this song. What the song was saying? I was staying in Kashi. When I got up in the morning, look through the window and I see the river flowing with all different colors of flowers and the sunshine and that. It seems to me that the Ganga that has all that power, that receiving all these blessings, that Ganga. And that's why they sang the song. ओ गंगा मैया मैं जब तक ये पानी रहे मेरी सजना तेरी जिंदगानी रहे मैया ओ गंगा मैया मैया ओ गंगा मैया मैया ओ गंगा मैया मैया ओ गंगा मैया ओ गंगा मैया मैं जब तक ये पानी रहे मेरे सजना तेरी जिंदगानी रहे मैया ओ गंगा मैया मैया ओ गंगा मैया ओ मेरे जीवन की ओर मैया तेरे हाथों में है तेरी नैया दुनिया कुछ भी कहे बहल कहती रहे मेरे पूजा तेरी ही दीवानी रहे मैया ओ गंगा मैया मैया ओ गंगा मैया ओ गंगा मैया मैं जब तक ये पानी रहे मेरे सजना तेरी जिंदगानी रहे मैया ओ गंगा मैया. The Ganga is waiting for us. After you've been created, all the ashes will be taken and thrown into the Ganga in the ocean. And this is why I said, आगे अग्नि की फेरी लगा कर याद भी तेरीनों के जला कर आए बैठे रे द्वार लिया मन का संस्कार मेरे होठों पे तेरी कहानी रहे मैया ओ गंगा मैया मैया ओ गंगा मैया ओ गंगा मैया मैं जब तक ये पानी रहे मेरे सजना तेरी जिंदगानी रहे मैया ओ गंगा मैया मैया ओ चुपके नारी के मन में वो सीता जिसका जीवन हजारों से बीता मेरा जीवन की राम तेरा रखती है नाम मेरे माथे पे तेरी निशानी रहे मैया ओ गंगा मैया जिंदगानी रहे, जिंदगानी रहे मैया, ओ गंगा मैया, ओ गंगा मैया. There are so many nice beautiful songs. This one dedicated to Nigel and his family, supporting me all my life. Blessed is that gentleman, his family, his grandfather, everyone. The daytime is how Yagna invite me. And God will continue to give him that health and strength. And his entire family, in 10 generations that go on to rest in peace. And Nigel, 10 generations ahead to come, you will be prepared for them. This is the purpose of doing Yagnas. There are a lot of people who have all kinds of things. But this one is the greatest that I have ever seen. Only spending in Yagnas. And Yagnas upon Yagnas upon Yagnas. And that is what I like. To see it, a great man that is doing great for Dharma. As this song said, Ganga. The singer was my good friend, Hemant Kumar. And what he said, Aaye kahan se Ganga, jaye kahan re. Jesus said that maybe 80 years, 70 years ago. And what he said, when Manade came in 72 in Trinidad and took me to Holland to sing with him. These are the guys. Pradeep in 1998. In Nepal and India, I sang together with him. All Pinjare ki Punti, everything. So this fellow was saying, Ganga aaye kahan se, Ganga jaye kahan re. Hemant Kumar, aaye kahan se, jaye kahan re. Ke lehra पानी में जैसे धूप छाँव रे. गंगा आए कहाँ से, गंगा जाए कहाँ रे. लहरा पानी में जैसे धूप छाँव रे. गंगा आए कहाँ से, गंगा जाए कहाँ रे. लहरा पानी में जैसे धूप छाँव रे. रातकारी दिल उजियारा मिल गए दोनों साए. रातकारी दिल उजियारा मिल गए दोनों साए. संजन देखो रंग रूप के कैसे भेद मिटाए रे. लहरा पानी में जैसे धूप छाँव रे. वो गंगा आए कहाँ से, गंगा जाए कहाँ रे. लहरा पानी में जैसे धूप छाँव रे. कोई माटी कोई रंग बिरंगे प्यारे. हे हे आज कोई माटी कोई रंग बिरंगे प्यारे. प्यास लगे तो एक बराबर जिसने पानी डाले रे. लहरा पानी में जैसे गंगा आए कहाँ से, गंगा जाए कहाँ रे. लहरा पानी में जैसे धूप छाँव. नाम कोई बोली कोई लाखों रूप और चेहरे. नाम कोई बोली कोई लाखों रूप और चेहरे. खोल के देख सब तेरे समेरे रे, लहरा पानी में जैसे धूप छाँव रे। वो गंगा आई कहाँ से, गंगा जाए कहाँ रे, लहरा पानी में जैसे धूप छाँव रे। गंगा जाए कहाँ रे, गंगा जाए कहाँ रे, लहरा पानी में जैसे धूप छाँव। Who played under? The Provin played under. Let's go. Red. Very good. Yes, sir. Thank you, thank you. Yep. Hey, go play that drama. Hey, come on, play that drama. Hey, Sadhu, come on, play that. Father, Lord, give me that drama. संध्या सुमिरन आरती सुनो वीर हनुमान, हे आय के आसन लीजिए प्रेम सहित भगवान। Now these two on the stage here, where Pravin was trained for years on the Jesus son, Pravinda Prasad and Pravir Prasad. Today I bless them with this song. And the song said, Oy ab marat piyasa, hey ab marat piyasa, marat piyasa, oy ab marat piyasa, hey dhobya jal beej, ab marat अब मारत पियासा, हो अब मारत पियासा, अब मारत पियासा, अब मारत पियासा, धोबिया जल बीज, हो अब मारत पियासा, ए धोबिया जल जल में थार पिए नहीं मूरख, अच्छा जल है काका। जल में थार पिए नहीं मूरख, अच्छा जल है काका। अपने घर को मरमन जाने, अपने घर को मरमन जाने, कर धोबियन के आका जल बीचे मरत पियास, धोबिया जल बीच अब मारत पियासा, ए धोबिया जल सच साबुन ले नहीं मूरख, एक संतन के पासा। सच्चा साबुन ले नहीं मूरख, है संतन के पासा। दाग पुराण फूटत नाही, दाग पुराण फूटत नाही, धोवत है परमाता धोबिया मरत पियासा, धोबिया जल्दी अब मरत पियासा, धोबिया जल्दी ओए अब मरत पियासा, हे अब मरत पियास, अब मरत पियासा, अब मरत धोबिया जल्दी से अब मरत जल में ठाद पिए नहीं मूरत अच्छा जल काता। इनमें धोबिया रोवे धोवे इनमें हो उदासा। आपन बांधे कर्म फिर आपन घर के फांसा। सच्चा साबुन ले नहीं है संतन के पासा। एक करनी की जोर लगावे जोर दिए भर माता। कहे कबीर सुनो भाई सारू अच्छे आनंद उपासा। अब हमारा तपियास हो अब हमारा तपियास। अब हमारा तपियास ए अब हमारा तपियास। धोबिया जल बीज अब हमारा तपियास। धोबिया जल बीज अब हमारा तपियास। हाँ धोबिया जल बीज अब मारत पियासा। ए अब मारत पियासा। अब मारत पियासा। अब मारत पिया। धोबिया जल बीज अब मारत पियासा। धोबिया जल बीज। Why get tell you something? My good friend Valini Bhakti. I went to get tell you something to eat and so on. It's a very good. Give me a nice pass, so. Which one you want to say? You know, Drupadi is the same of Suriname. In 1992, beat all of them in Suriname. Mahendra Kapoor was second. And I captured the gold jacket, body to teach out, and I came here with it. But I think so heavy to put on my shoulder, I break down my shoulder. Hear what Drupadi was saying. He said, सवलिया के कोने बन दूरन मर जाओ रे। सवलिया के कोने बन दूरन मर जाओ। गोकुल धूरो वृंदावन धूरो। गोकुल धूरो वृंदावन धूरो। मोरे पिनो नंद गावरे सवलिया। सवलिया के कोने मन दूरन मर जा। सवलिया के कोने बन ऐसे। मोरे रीत कोई नहीं पतावत। मोरे रीत कोई नहीं पतावत। आन मिले है वही सांवरे। सवलिया के कोने हाँ सवलिया के कोने बन दूर। अरे दूरन जाओ देखो दूरन जाओ रे। दूरन जाओ देखो दूरन। सवलिया के कोने बन दूरन। आए दूर जाओ से अतरी अरज मोरे। दूर जाओ से अतरी अरज। आन मिले है वही काना से। सवलिया के कोने सवलिया के कोने बन दूरन जा। सवलिया के कोने बन सवलिया के कोने बन दूरन। सवलिया के कोने बन दूरन। सवलिया के कोने बन दूरन। अरे सवलिया के कोने। So I'll do one more for you. And this was Dasarath was saying, and when he got married, he said, I Dasarath yele hai byahan janak raja milna karilo. Dasarath yele Dasarath yele har byahan janak raja milna karilo. मिलना करिलो मिलना तू करिलो। मिलना करिलो मिलना तू करिलो। दशरथ ले हर बयान जनक राजा मिलना तू करी। दशरथ ले सौ से भी देखो मिलते परत पर। सौ से भी देखो मिलते परत पर। गले गया हाल पताई जनक राजा। ओ गले गया हाल पताई जनक राजा मिलना। जब रे परतिया दुवरिया पर उतरे, जब रे परतिया जब रे परतिया दुवरिया पर उतरे, होए लागे द्वारे के चारे दन, अरे होए लागे द्वारे के चारे जनक राजा मिलना तुम्हारे लोग दशरथ जी आए जान जनक राजा मिलना। जब रे परतिया मरौआ में उतरे, जब रे परतिया मरौआ में सखी सब परतन लागी, जनक राजा मिलना कर। ओ सखी सब परतन लागी, जनक राजा मिलना। दशरथ जी आए जाहन जनक राजा मिलना तुकर, दशरथ जी आए जाहन जनक राजा मिल, अरे दशरथ जी आए जाहन जनक। ऋतु ऋतु रघुपति भवती, तुलसी शाली सुदास, नाम सुप्रेम पीयूषर, श्रावण भादो मास, सियावर रामचंद्र जी की जय, शरणम शंकर हरिओ। You want to hear it more? Yes. Which one you want to hear? And I've been singing the Pradeep Niger. The hardest song that I ever did in my life, what Pradeep sang. And in India, people started to throw money in the street like that. But I couldn't touch him, I was afraid. You know what he said? In the song said, look into a mirror, you will see a reflection of yourself. And my God, a whole mile. Stars on this side, that side, and I had to put my hand like this, touch it, and keep walking on the red carpet. You know what? The song what? Mukhra dekh le. That is a Pradeep song that no one can sing it in Iran. But I have attempted the song and went through with the song right throughout my life. This is what I said. Mukhra dekh le, dekh le. Da 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 da. मुखरा देख ले प्राण जरा दर्पण में हो, देख ले कितना पुण्य है, कितना पाप तेरे जीवन में, देख ले दर्पण में, मुखरा देख ले प्राण जरा दर्पण में। थैंक यू गणेश। कभी तो पल भर सोच ले प्राणी, क्या है तेरी कर्म कहानी। कभी तो पल भर सोच ले प्राणी, क्या है तेरी कर्म कहानी। पता लगा ले, पता लगा ले, पर है कितने दाग तेरे दामन में, देख ले दर्पण में, मुखरा देख ले प्राण जरा दर्पण में। ओ देख ले कितना पुण्य है, कितना पाप तेरे जीवन में। देख ले दर्पण में मुखरा, देख ले प्राण जरा दर्पण में। खुद को धोखा दे मत बंदे, अच्छे न होते कपट के धंधे। खुद को धोखा दे मत बंदे, अच्छे न होते कपट के धंधे। सदा न चलता, सदा न चलता किसी का नाटक दुनिया के आंगन में। देख ले दर्पण में मुखरा, देख ले प्राण जरा दर्पण। So thank you very much. We are you what a Pandit to do his mantras and so.
नारायण नारायण जय गोविंद हरे। नारायण श्री नारायण जय गोपाल हरे।
You are cordially invited to Gyan Yagna, hosted by Mr and Mrs Bhagwandass of 849 Supera Road, Bodnav, San Fernando, starting on 6th July to 14th of July 2022. Ground puja performed by Pandit Satyanarayana Maharaj starting at 5:30 p.m. Officiating Pandit Sunil Seetahal Maharaj starting at 7 p.m. And the Gaudan will be held on the 15th of July. You can also join us for live coverage right here on Sankhya TV.
नारायण नारायण जय गोविंद हरे। नारायण श्री नारायण जय गोपाल हरे।
खोजे चतुर खोजवावे, कामरे खोजे खोजे दात मोरे खोजे चतुर खोजवावे। अरे तैया मोरे तैया लगावे माजा दुल्हनिया लेगे। हार गोरी जमुना हिलो रे, हार गोरी धार 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 गोरी जमुना हिलो रे, धार गोरी जमुना हिलो रे। दुल्हनिया लेगे मछलिया। जेठ मोरे खोजे जेठनी खोजवावे, जेठ मोरे खोजे मोरे खोजे जेतनी को दबावे। अरे तैया 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 लगावे बाजार दुल्हनिया लेगे। हार गोरी जमुना हिलो रे, हार गोरी जमुना हिलो रे। दुल्हनिया लेगे मछलिया। देवर मोरे खोजे देवरानी को दबावे। देवर मोरे खोजे खोजे जमुना हिलोरे हार गोरी जमुना हिलोरे हार गोरी जमुना हिलोरे दुल्हनिया. There we go. That was requested by the Baba. This is the second one. Requested again by the Baba. Sankhya, 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 lagal कन्हैया. अरे गोकुल चली जाओ संगे लागल. हाँ हाँ गोकुल चली. That's good. हाँ संगे लागल कन्हैया संगे लागल कन्हैया. अरे संगे लागल कन्हैया संगे लागल कन्हैया संगे लागल कन्हैया संगे लागल कन्हैया. गोकुल चली जाओ संगे लागल कन्हैया. गोकुल चली जाओ. Your mic more powerful than mine. Go Prophet. भूखा लगे भोजन कहाँ पई हो. भूखा लगे भोजन कहाँ पई हो. अरे भूखा लगे भोजन कहाँ पई हो. That's good now. अरे भूखा लगे भोजन कहाँ पई हो. चहु भूखन मली जाओ रे. अरे चहु भूखन मली जाओ रे कन्हैया. गोकुल चली. अरे गोकुल चली जाओ कन्हैया. गोकुल चली जाओ संगे लागल. हो संगे लागल कन्हैया संगे लागल कन्हैया. हो संगे लागल कन्हैया संगे लागल. हाँ हाँ गोकुल चली जाओ संगे लागल कन्हैया. गोकुल चली. नीना लगे सदिया कहाँ पई हो. नीना लगे सदिया कहाँ पई हो. नीना लगे सदिया कहाँ पई हो. अरे नीना लगे सदिया कहाँ पई हो. कहूँ नींद मर जाओ रे. अरे कहूँ नींद मर जाओ रे कन्हैया. गोकुल चली जाओ संगे लागल. हाँ हाँ गोकुल चली जाओ संगे लागल. ओ संगे लागल कन्हैया संगे लागल कन्हैया. संगे लागल कन्हैया संगे लागल कन्हैया. गोकुल चली जाओ संगे लागल. अमल लगे बिरुआ कहाँ पई हो. अमल लगे बिरुआ कहाँ पई हो. अमल लगे बिरुआ. You get up. अरे अमर लगे. अमर लगे बिरुआ कहाँ पई हो. अमर लगे बिरुआ का. अरे तो हूँ अमर मर जाओ रे. अरे तो हूँ अमर मर जाओ रे कन्हैया. गोकुल चली जाओ संगे लागल कन्हैया. गोकुल चली. ऐसे. That's the problem. When a prophet want to die, you will get prophet. प्यासा लगे पनिया कहाँ पई हो. प्यासा लगे पनिया कहाँ पई हो. घूम रहे आए पानी. अरे प्यासा लगे पनिया कहाँ पई हो. तो हूँ प्यास मरी जाओ रे. अरे तो हूँ प्यास मरी जाओ रे कन्हैया. गोकुल चली जाओ संगे लागल कन्हैया. गोकुल चली जाओ संगे लागल. हो संगे लागल कन्हैया संगे लागल कन्हैया. हो संगे लागल कन्हैया संगे लागल. हाँ हाँ गोकुल चली जाओ संगे लागल कन्हैया. गोकुल चली जाओ संगे लागल. अरे गोकुल चली जाओ संगे लागल कन्हैया. गोकुल चली जाओ संगे. Very good, very good. Thank you very much. Where next? One more. Yeah. One more. Spicy one. All right, let's go. But it's all the houses have been equally beautiful. Which one will you choose to live? You know, when you go to Canada, all the houses built the same. And if you want to know which one to live, which is the good house or the bad house, you know what to do? You fill a lot of water and put it in each one of the houses and then cover them down. And next morning when you get up, if the water goes down, don't live in that house. If the water remains stable, you live in that house. But bhaiya, if that water go down in the corner of your house, when you pull it tonight, in the morning you get up until the water goes down, don't stay there a minute again. It's real trouble after trouble after trouble. So what is the song is saying? Hai Sahara Bangala, Hamko Lagela Piara. This song I give to Praveen. Oh Lagela Piara, Lagela Piara, hey Lagela Piara, oh Lagela Piara, Sahara Bangala, Hamto Lagela Piara, Sahara Bangala, Hamto Lagela Piara, Are Lagela Piara, oh Lagela Piara, Lagela Piara, Lagela Piara, Sahara Bangala. सहरू के आगे पचे शत्रु के डेरा सहरू के आगे पचे शत्रु के डेरा सहर बंगला हम तो लागेला पियारा सहर बंगला हम तो लागेला हे लागेला पियारा हो लागेला पियारा लागेला पियारा हो लागेला पियारा सहर बंगला हम तो सहरू के आगे पचे देवरा को डेरा सहरू के आगे पचे देवरा को डेरा सहरू के आगे पचे देवरा को डेरा सहर बंगला हमको लागेला पियारा सहर बंगला हम तो लागेला अरे लागेला पियारा रे लागेला पियारा लागेला पियारा रे लागेला पियारा सहर बंगला हम तो लागेला पियारा. Right, let's join the medley now. Nobody will forever remain young. कैले फकीरवा से यारी सजाना ले जवानी कैले फकीरवा से यारी सजाना ले जवानी अरे फुलवा फूल ले तुमानी जाना ले जवानी अरे ले जवानी ले जवानी ले जवानी ले जवानी ले जवानी ले जवानी कैले फकीरवा से यारी सजाना ले जवानी. सुदामा मंदिर देखी रे सुदामा मंदिर अरे कहाँ गए राम झुपरिया कहाँ गए मेरे रामा झुपरी बंगला के कच्चे बनी सुदामा मंदिर सुदामा मंदिर देखी रे सुदामा मंदिर देखी रे राम देखी रे बताए जय होना कौने नगर चली जाइए बताए जय होना कौने नगर चली जाइए बताए जय होना. ई पार महला ऊपर जो महला ई पार महला रे ई पार महला ऊपर जो महला बिछवा में हमारी गोपरिया अरे बिछवा में हमारी गोपरिया जो आए जय होना देवाए जय होना कौने नगर चली जाइए बताए जय होना वो बताए जय होना कौने नगर चली जाइए बताए जय होना. वही पार चंदा वही पार सुरु जवानी पार चंदा ई पार चंदा वो पार सुरु जवानी बिछवा में हमारी अरे बिछवा में हमारी देवाए जय होना देवाए जय होना चली जाइए बताए जय होना कौने नगर चली जाइए बताए जय होना. हमारे तेरे जोड़ी खूब बनी रे हमारे तेरे जोड़ी खूब बनी रे अरे खूब बनी रे खूब बनी रे, खूब बनी रे, खूब बनी रे हमारे तेरे जोड़ी, खूब बनी रे हमारे तेरे जोड़ी, खूब बनी रे, 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 खूब बनी रे हमारे तेरे जोड़ी, खूब बनी रे हमारे तेरे जोड़ी, खूब बनी रे। हे रानी रानी महारानी राधिका, ओ रानी राधिका रानी, हे रानी रानी महारानी राधिका, ओ रानी राधिका रानी, तुम गोकुल के महारानी राधिका रानी, तुम गोकुल के महारानी राधिका रानी, हे रानी रानी महारानी राधिका, रानी राधिका रानी, हे रानी रानी महारानी राधिका, अब रानी राधिका रानी, तुम गोकुल के महारानी राधिका रानी, तुम गोकुल के महारानी राधिका, तुम गोकुल के महारानी राधिका। बोलो बोलो अयोध्या राम सियापति रामचंद्र की जय।
नारायण नारायण जय गोविंद हरे।